press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update. If you want a palmistry reading from me, my email address info@palmistry.com and number is 9999 You can contact me. Generally, everybody basically they think that the fate line is the most important line for money, possessions, and wealth. It need not be. There are many other aspects to the palm. Money line, the importance is just 15 to 20%. That is it. If the other indications are not so good, then the possibility is that the person is likely not to have good amount of money. And it could be the amount of Venus or the amount of Mars or the amount of Mercury, the area of skill, the area of Saturn, the area of wisdom and responsibility and money management. So all things have to be good in a combined way. Lines have lesser importance compared to structure, feel, size of the hand. So out here we are basically we are going to be reading the hand of an old lady, and she is around 70 years old, and I'll try to answer few things. The people I'll try to tell first about her money aspects in her life and other aspects that I see. And for that, the first area is the headline and the lifeline. You would notice that there's a big gap between these two lines. Whenever there's a gap between lines, these people are extremely outgoing kind of people. They never miss out on opportunities, and they are basically action oriented. The first thing is that it appears that the starting of the headline is kind of tilted towards the mount of Jupiter. This is the mount of Jupiter. I try to show you another hand image where it is showing up much more. If you look at this particular hand, you would notice that there's a small branch originating on the mount of Jupiter, and this line is a little bit tilted upwards. So all these things are considered to be good. Jupiter is basically the area for growth, expansion, ambition. So so people who do have a good amount of Jupiter, you would notice that there's a good padding over it, and padded air. No, see, you would notice that these areas are normally padded in generally every person's hand, but the planets, the Jupiter and the Mercury, very less people have got padding over it. So these planets are extremely important, and it's rare to find people having a well padded area of mount of Jupiter. So it means a person has got a good organizational skills, and they would have been he might have been a very good organizer and understanding of politics, because this area is very less marked. So less marking over any particular area basically kind of keeps the qualities intact. It doesn't destroy the quality. People who have got crisscrossing lines over this particular area, it would make this area overworked. So overworking of any area kind of destroys that particular area. So this is one aspect. The other aspect is that you would notice that the lady has the heart line ending somewhere under the mount of Saturn. Saturn is considered to be the most important planet for money matters. This is also the area of responsibility. Towards the end of the heart line, you would notice this is towards the end of the heart line. The heart line is leaning downwards towards the mount of Saturn. Some people just might have a straight line. Some people have a curved line that is reaching here. So people who have got a curved line reaching the mount of Saturn would be extremely passionate, and passion would be showing in all aspects of our life, not just one. And there would be lots of display of emotions, but need not be the person is emotional by nature. there's a difference between display of emotions and people being emotional. People who are emotional, they have the heart line reaching the mount of Jupiter. This is the area of truth. This is the area of idealism and sensitivity. But the area of Saturn, Saturn is a slow-moving planet. It's a realistic planet. It depicts realism, and it depicts a responsibility, and a person who is grounded. The person knows the ground situations very well. So such people have the ability to attract money towards them. And the heartline curving makes a person passionate. If the heartline was very straight, the person would be kind of not displaying their emotions. So this is the aspect that we see. The other aspect for money matters is one of the most important areas. This is the area of calculations, and this is the area of communication. This is the area of skill. Skills can be of any kind. It could be writing skills, it could be mathematical skills, and any such thing. People who are very highly educated might still have wrong calculations, and people who are very less educated might still have very good calculations. So we can't know about how much education the person takes, but it is how good the person can apply their knowledge to good use. You would notice a strong line out here. Strong line under the mount of Mercury indicates that the person has got good set of skills, and skills is one thing that kind of pulls the person upward. It kind of helps a person reach a higher position and honor. So those things are indicated out here. So this person would be extremely good at communication and calculations, and this is for throughout their life. So this is another aspect that is good. As far as health goes, because health is the most important aspect for a person who is getting old. So a person who is around the age of 70 or so. So major thing that needs to be seen is not the money part, but the health part. In general, if we are looking, it appears that it's a reasonably good lifeline. Lifeline, when good, it indicates good health. There's a supporting lifeline, but it's not continuing for the whole period. Like some people have got a very rare, it's a very rare sign to have this particular supporting lifeline or the Mars line to continue for the whole period of one's life. But still it continues for it continues for a short period, and then another one develops. So these are supporting lifelines. So the supporting lifeline is somewhere till the age of, let's say, 65, 70. This is an aspect. Any line that is running parallel to the lifeline is considered to be good. These lines also, these lines also, these lines also, all these are support lines. People who have these kind of strong line that is coming and reaching and going to strike the lifeline, this is the lifeline, it's going to strike the lifeline. These are the basically problem lines. These are problem lines. These are the early period of one's life. So till this particular moment on the lifeline, we would say the age is approximately 60, 64, around the age of 60, 65. Beyond that, you would notice that there are no lines that are coming and damaging the line of life. So I would say that that the person would have a reasonably good life towards the end also. But if we zoom in, I'll just zoom in some other hand image. There it would be depicted in a much better way, like this particular image. I'm just going to first draw the line. This is the lifeline, and it is ending somewhere out here. And then a new line is getting underlapped. This is underlapped from the original. This is the original line, and the new line is getting underlapped by the new line. In some other cases, it could be overlapping. This new line would be overlapping the original line. This is the original line, and the new lifeline is overlapping. So overlapping is considered to be good because it is increase of energies. Normally towards this particular age where a person is around the age of 70, 75 or so, energies are basically depleting. So it's very rare to find a overlapping line, but out here you notice that there's this line that it is getting underlapped, so it means somewhat decrease in energy. So this is one aspect that can be seen. Other aspect is that you would notice these lines, these are trouble lines. These are in the earlier period of one's life. These are in the earlier period of one's life, and this is the strongest one that is getting pronged. You notice, and one of these prongs is reaching the lifeline, and this again is reaching. But these are problem lines. But a person who has a supporting line, it kind of reduces the speed. Let's assume that this is the lifeline and this is the car you are traveling in. This is the car you are traveling in, and these are cycle, truck, and other things coming and striking your lifeline. So the impact is going to be extremely great if a strong line comes and strikes the lifeline. It means a truck is going to basically ram into the particular person. But people who have got a supporting lifeline, it is kind of when this trouble line comes and strikes the supporting lifeline, it kind of reduces the speed. And reduction of speed basically means that the impact on one's life is extremely very low. It means that it is negligible. So this is an aspect that I wanted to explain. The other part is that some people, what they have is that this is the lifeline, and the lifeline kind of has got lots of branches over it. These branches. This is like the energy is like totally going away with age. This is not what we see out here. We are seeing a reasonably good lifeline and having a good semicircle. So it means a still not so bad kind of a life towards the end of the life. So this is one aspect. The other aspect which appears to be a little bit different in her case is that this is the headline, and this is normally it's the money line is something like this or something like this. So this age on the headline is approximately 35, and this age on the money line is around the age of 35. So some things might have changed at the age of 35. This is a period where the main money line is originating, and a new line from the head is kind of coming from here, angling from the mount of negative Mars, and it's going something like this. So this brings in anger and aggression somewhere from the age of 35. This is when some personality changes might have taken place in her case, and so this is an aspect. The money line becomes much better after the age of 35. I would just go back to the other hand that I was seeing. So in this case, you can basically because in this case it might appear that the new line is coming from here, and the headline could be this, or it could be because the hand quality image is not so good, or money line could be originating from here, from the mount of moon. Moon basically brings benefit from male members, but in this case we are not able to really pinpoint if this is the money line or only this is the money line. So so this is one part. The other part is, let's assume that this is the headline. A line originates something like this. Like this is again a headline, the second headline, this is the third headline. So again this is originating, angling towards the mount of Mars. Mars is not generally considered to be good because what it does is that uh, it uh, it kind of brings aggression in one's mind, and aggression is not the right thing. And this is one part. The other could be, let's assume that uh, this particular line is coming and kind of striking this particular headline. So again, it would not be so good. Branching of the headline is considered to be good, but a line coming and cutting the headline is not considered to be so good. So having a simple headline brings more predictability, but out here, like a little bit, if the hand image was much better, I would have been able to tell how things would be. The other part is that the sun line above the heart line is extremely good. It's deep and clear, which means that the person, uh, if the person was working, so he would have, or she would have had a very, very good kind of a career and a very strong kind of a career. So this is one. So these indications are good. Good name would be there, and the person is a good communicator. The person is good at managing money and wealth. So in her life, she would have been something like this. As far as the Mercury finger goes, probably sometimes when you take the image, uh, the angle how you like take the image might be different from the uh, actual palm, like how it might be looking like. So you'll notice that if the Mercury line is a little bit short and then just reaching the ring finger, this is the ring finger, and it is reaching a something like this, not so long, it means that the person might uh, might grow in distance over a period of time. And it is it's always better to have a longer kind of a Mercury line reaching this particular point of the ring finger. uh, People who have a short finger, in books basically say it's better to have a long finger, but people who have got a short finger, they kind of grow in distance between their near and dear ones. So this is one part. In my real life, where I see palms, I've seen that people who have got short finger, uh, they go for very high studies, and they are extremely learned, maybe PhD as well. But it's not a necessity that these things are going to apply. Books say it's a reverse, that it's always better to have a long Mercury finger reaching somewhere till here or here or here. So the longer, the better it is considered to be. And the lines as such are good in her case, and they're not like vanishing away, and they're not tasseled. Tasseling of lines is something like if this is a headline and people have got a tasseled kind of a line, too many lines towards the end, it is losing one minds. But we don't see this particular aspect out here. So mind is intact. So mind is extremely important as far as her nails go. Nails also tell about diseases. These are normal kind of nails. I can't say about old age diseases, but in general, I would say that these nails do not depict any such problem as such regarding any health issues. If the nails were extremely small, heart related. If the nails were extremely bloated kind of nails, it would be lung related diseases. If it was V shape and flat nails, it would be nervous or nerve related diseases. So these things I do not see out here. So that's the reason I would say that uh, that no such health issues could be there. Although as mentioned, as seen, uh, he appears to be in hospital, so probably some ailment or some grave issue might be there, but I don't see any such issue in her case. And lastly, I would just take a look at this particular hand image also. Same things can be said, whatever I have already talked about. He does not have any bad markings over the amount of Venus. This is the area of energy, stamina. Her thumb is also appears to be like the other hand images also show the thumb to be very strong. So strong build and good reasoning and tact. So it's a balanced kind of a nature. She's got a very balanced kind of a personality, and that's it for this particular video. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, click on the like button and subscribe to my channel.